The Illinois Emergency Management Agency has designated WHOW's many platforms on AM and FM, as well as WEZC 95.9 FM, as standby radio stations for emergency messages to be sent for severe weather, as well as for the Clinton Power Station. We also have a direct link to the National Weather Service for watches or warnings to air immediately when they're issued. Keep yourself and your family safe by tuning into the WHOW platforms on AM, FM, or streamed online, as well as on WEZC 95.9 FM.
You're from the Central Illinois, WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today is Anita Rusell with Community Action. Anita, good to see you. How are you today?
I'm just great. How are you, Seth?
Doing good. Survived the storms. What little we got down here.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, fortunate we're not up in northern Illinois. They got hammered up there.
Yes,
So, yep, thinking of those folks. But very good, Anita. Well, let's dive into, I know if you're in studio, that means we're talking LIHEAP. So let's start with LIHEAP. First of all, what is LIHEAP? How does it work? And how is the program going this year?
Okay, LIHEAP is the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. We help low-income seniors and disabled households with energy assistance. So if you need help with your power bill, you can contact us and we'll try our best to help you as much as we can. There's several ways that you can try to set up an appointment. All of our appointments are done by phone. So you can either call our office at 217-732-2159, or you can go to our agency website at www.capcil.info, and you can set up your own appointment that way. Or you can come through our live chat and ask to set up an appointment. But we've had several people coming in. We've had a lot of new people this year. Thankfully, we try to get as many people in as we can, because we know the energy costs have went up, and it's kind of a debate on whether you buy groceries or you're paying your energy and everything like that. We really hate that people are having to make those decisions. But so we're seeing an uptick in people coming in that have never been in before, and we attribute that to the income guidelines going up a little bit. So more people are eligible, and of course, me and my staff try to get out and do as much outreach as possible, so that way people know, their eligibility. And so hopefully that's why they're coming in, other than, the high bills that they're getting.
Sure. Well, you mentioned, Anita, to me off the air, that one of the changes for this year has largely been a good thing for the program. What happened this year?
So we are overspending is how I like to look at it. When I kind of take the historicals from the last few years on how we're doing, and already we've met how many applications we took last year, and are projected to do more applications than we've done in the last 7. So because of that, we usually run out of money in May, which is not good for us, because the program goes until August 15th to be exact. So this year we have been told that because we are overperforming, that they are going to look to give us a modification in the grant and be able to give us more grant funding to be able to spend, so that we can continue to carry on the program until that August 15th deadline.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice. And that's when the new year starts, right?
Yeah. So that's when that program year closes, and the new program year starts October 1st.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So it's kind of a double-edged sword is the way you look at it. It's like, it's great we're getting more money, to be able to spend to help customers in our community. But at the same time, you hate to think that many customers need help with their power bills. So it's like, you want to help everybody, but then it's like, why are you having to help people? Well, it's because of these energy costs are going up.
Sure. And yes, that's a very good point. Energy costs are, our household is obviously feeling it, most are. I am curious though. Yes, energy costs are going up, but you mentioned there's more and more people still seeking assistance more than before. What do you attribute that to? Is there anything besides the high energy costs that you attribute that to?
Just being eligible. More people are just reaching out, and I think it's just because of the way, it's like having to make those decisions and the cost of living, like gas. I mean, just gas, to drive your car has gone up and stuff like that. And so a lot of people are making decisions, and it's how you have to budget your money and everything. And so, I'll be honest, if I was doing, it's like getting to work or paying my power bill, it's about getting to work so that I can have money. It's like just making those tough decisions. But a lot of people are finding out that they're eligible, and I'm thankful that they're coming in, because we want to help as many people as we're able to.
No question. No question. You mentioned more people are eligible. Let's speak to that a little bit. Those guidelines changed. Was it for this year that those changed?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we went from 200% of the federal poverty guideline to 60% of the median income. So that increased everybody's income by $1,000. And we do look at gross income. I can't directly quote, even though I look at them every day, what the income guidelines are. But, when we're looking at income, we look at gross income for the last 30 days. But we also take into consideration that we do not count overtime on that. We do not count bonuses. We do not count shift differentials. So we're basically looking at the base pay for everybody's. And that's helped tremendously, with people being eligible that normally weren't eligible before. And then because we can look at different timelines. So if somebody, for instance, was over income and a couple months down the road, they're not, we can reevaluate their application and see if they're still over income or not. And if they're not, then we can reprocess their application and get them the assistance. So we're trying to help as many people as we can.
Sure. What have appointments been like this winter? Because you mentioned, we were talking about this off the air, like we started the year not super cold, but then end of January really got cold, and February was cold, and all those things. What has the appointment cycle been like? Have people, when it gets those real cold days, are you seeing more and more applications and wanting appointments?
Actually, we don't. We always, and this is a trend for every year for LIHEAP since I've been doing it, is October is our highest amount of applications. I think we did 1,300 this just in October alone, but that has to do with auto enrollments. And then November and December, we're really busy. It's just everybody's trying to get in. They want to get their assistance. In December 1st, usually Ameren starts a moratorium on not disconnecting. So when January comes around, you will see that people that have Ameren service in our area, which is quite a few, I'd say probably 85% of our service territory is Ameren. And so people will just stop coming in because they know they're not going to be disconnected and everything like that. So then that's when we'll see an uptick in the propanes and electric, bills and stuff like that. So we don't see as many January, February-ish. March is when it starts ramping back up again because April 1st, Ameren will start disconnecting again. So we've already seen people that are getting disconnect notices, even though Ameren's not going to disconnect them until April 1st. But we're starting to see a lot of those people make appointments to come in. But like I was telling you off the air earlier, with this increase in new applicants, they are coming in January and February. So that's where we've seen a lot of the new people come in. Because my guess is because they're thinking it's a calendar year, so come in January, February. And
They think it's
year. But our program actually runs from October 1st through August 15th of the following year.
I see. So with the change in income guidelines, that's really, you mentioned, open the door for more people. But also, how has the Ameren moratorium on shutoffs, how has that changed the game in this venture?
Well, it causes everything to kind of slow down. But I'll tell you what, besides in October, April is always our highest other month to have applications but the problem is unfortunately some people aren't able to pay, they don't pay it all winter long. And so when they're coming in, they have bills that are over $2,000-$3,000. And unfortunately, when we deal with RA assistance, which is reconnection assistance, they can only get a maximum amount of $1,500. So then we're working with Ameren on other programming on how we can help them reduce their energy bills as well. So I have a great partnership with Ameren. And I do promotions for them. I'll be doing promoting for them this year as well.
Mhm.
But they've given us grants that are able to help people, besides with what LIHEAP does a little bit above that.
Okay.
So it's an Ameren, energy reduction grant.
Mhm.
Sorry about that. I had
No,
to
it's
think
fine.
about it. It's been
Yeah.
a long time since I've talked about it, but that where we can, if their bill is over $250, we can put $150 on their bill. So that helps. And a lot of
Yeah.
times that helps them get set up on a payment arrangement.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
we're looking to do a lot of that. And we work with people on budget billing so that we can educate them on that
Right.
and the importance of making a monthly payment. So that way they can stay in good standing with their energy vendor.
And they probably don't get shut off that way, right?
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Interesting stuff. Well, Anita, I look at the clock. We're coming up on a break here. When we come back, we'll talk about maybe that process of applying, how the funding works. Like, do you have to use it on one bill? Does the assistance cover all of your energy bill? A lot of those things. We'll go through that. But in the meantime, if folks are interested in appointments, is there an appointment wait time right now? How do they do this? How do they make an appointment? How about some of those things?
Okay, so they can make an appointment by calling our central office. All appointments are scheduled through there. So it's 217-732-2159. If nobody answers the phone, don't panic, be patient.
Mhm.
We have one receptionist and she's trying her best to answer all the
Oh
calls
my, wow.
for all of our programs.
Yeah.
So, she could set you up an appointment. You can go through our website at www.capsil.info.
Mhm.
And you can go click on the LIHEAP tab and then it'll pull up the counties. You could select what county you're in and then pick what date works best for you, date and time.
Mhm.
Again, those are all phone appointments. So we're trying to cater to people that work, have children,
Mhm.
stuff like that. We can make arrangements if you can't meet the times that we do have appointments. You can also come through our live chat and
Mhm.
ask to schedule an appointment. And usually I'm the one on the live chat. So I will
There you
schedule
go.
an appointment for you.
Very good.
And so then after you do your phone appointment, we take all your information that's requested or required by the state of Illinois.
Mhm.
And so really what they call a DVP, which is a direct vendor payment, it's
Mhm.
based on how many is in your household and your household income.
Mhm.
That's how it determines what you're going to get as far as the benefit.
Okay.
So, it's like if you have two separate providers, let's see, Evergreen FS for propane and then Corn Belt for electric, it'll split that out. It doesn't split it out evenly, but it
Okay.
splits it out. And you'll get some on your Evergreen and
Okay.
some on that. But
Yeah.
it's like there's an amount for your primary heating because you use heating more than anything.
Mhm.
And then there's a secondary payment towards your
Got it.
electric.
So
or
it
whatever.
accounts for those nuances for a lot of
yeah.
folks. Sure,
And then
sure.
whenever we do the RA, the reconnection assistance with a disconnect, you're eligible for up to $1,500 in assistance.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll talk more about that next, Anita. Anita Rusell with the Community Action is our guest in studio this morning. More to come with Anita on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
Good morning. I'm Ben Lowers, and I'm running for DeWitt County Sheriff. For 30 years, I've dedicated my career to protecting communities. I started as a 911 dispatcher, learning how to handle a crisis before I ever stepped into a squad car. I've served 25 years with the Clinton Police Department, the last 12 as Clinton's Chief of Police. I understand every level of public safety because I've lived it on the very front lines. As your sheriff, I'll bring that diverse experience, passion for law enforcement and leadership, and a steady hand to all of DeWitt County. I'm Ben Lowers, and I'm asking for your vote on March 17th.
Paid for by citizens to elect Ben Lowers.
Health isn't just something you think about when you're sick. At the SIU Center for Family Medicine in Lincoln, our doctors care for you through every stage of life. Annual checkups help you stay ahead of problems, keep your family healthy, and build a relationship with a doctor who knows you. Make preventative care part of your routine. Book your annual appointment online today by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. SIU Medicine in Lincoln. Forward for you.
Tuning in and listening to the news, hearing what's happening with local views across the country or in my town. I tune in to find out what's going down. Yeah, yeah. Local radio, keeping me informed in my community. Local radio, local radio. Local radio creates unity.
Wellness starts with prevention. Book your annual appointment online today with SIU Center for Family Medicine in Lincoln by clicking their icon on DeWittDailyNews.com.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Anita Rusell, Community Action, our guest in studio today as we talk LIHEAP. Anita, let's one more time run through the process to get an appointment. Right now, are there appointment wait times or anything like that? What's this look like?
So right now we don't have an appointment wait time. So you can call and, schedule an appointment, and sometimes we can get to you that day or the next day within a day or so. So that is right now in March. I can't say the same for April. Once disconnects start coming out, then it gets a lot busier for us.
Okay.
So yeah.
So do it now if you want some assistance.
Really take advantage of the different options, either calling or going on our website to schedule an appointment for yourself or through the chat. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible for people. And just for people that are scheduling, so when you put in your email address into you tell us your email address, or you fill it in whenever you're doing scheduling your own appointment, then what happens is we send you a confirmation email so that you know what you need to bring in, which is you need to know social security numbers for everybody in the household. You need your income for everybody in the household for the last 30 days, and then your most recent electric and gas bill.
Okay.
And so there's a link that is a secured link, directly comes to me, and people can upload their information prior to their appointment or the day of their appointment or anytime they want to, up to me, and then I get it out to the respective intake worker. And so they will give you a call on the day of your appointment. They'll go over all your information with you. You don't have to provide social security cards if you've ever been in before, because we're trying to get away from getting protected information, just because of scams and all this other stuff. We want to really make sure everybody are safe with their information. So a lot of times it's a matter of just providing us with your income, because a lot of times we can also get the energy bills. We, appreciate when people have everything together at the time of their appointment, but if they don't, then, there is 15 days they have to get it back to us. If they don't, then what happens is I deny the application, but we can open it up anytime during the program year when the information is received.
Okay, sure. So when someone learns of what they qualify for, first of all, how long does it take for them to know what the funding they could receive through LIHEAP? How long does that take to get that number? And once they know that, if the number they get covers more than one electric bill, how does that work? Are you cutting these people a check and then they're giving it to the energy people? How does that work?
No. So what happens is once you provide all your information and we're able to process the application, I go through, verify, and approve the application. So a lot of times I know the same day. The great thing about Community Action and LIHEAP right now is we went paperless as much as we possibly can. And the reason why that's important is because I'm able to see these applications in real time. So I run a report. I can see which applications are ready to be checked. I go through, I check the information because everything's uploaded, and then I'm able to tell instantly how much you're going to get in assistance. The unfortunate part is a lot of people would like for us to call them back to tell them how much they're getting, but unfortunately my staff is busy doing other phone appointments, so we're not able to. So what I like to tell people is, if you have Ameren, you can call them the next day and see what you've got on your account. Because Ameren, once we approve it, it'll be on there the next day.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty quick. Now, when it comes to not what we call non-communicating providers, which is your propanes and your little municipal electric companies and stuff, I send them something once a week. But if you email me or come through the live chat wanting to know how much you're getting, I'm more than happy to tell you at any time.
Got it.
So the benefit that they are receiving is based on, like I said earlier, their household income and how many's in their household. So somebody can come in with like a $200 Ameren bill, let's say, and they might get like $700 or $800 in assistance. So they're receiving a credit. That goes directly to the energy vendors. We do not send any kind of check to the customer.
Okay.
We like to have that with the energy vendor so that they know that they're getting that money.
Gotcha.
You know, so we do that. So it goes directly to the vendor. And then what we tell people is it's your credit. So you can use it however you want. So if you're getting $800 in assistance and have a $200 bill, you can either not pay that bill and have the $200 bill come out of that $800 credit, or you could pay half your bill and have the other half come out of the credit. It's really up to you. Or
Wow.
you can budget it and pay, you know, like a certain percentage of your bill each year or each month, and then let the other part come out of the credit.
But
So
you're then distributing those dollars
we distribute them to the energy
however
vendors.
the
Yes.
person sees fit.
Yeah. Yep. But
Got it.
they decide how they want it spent on their bill.
Sure,
So
sure.
it's so easy. I mean, you know, and now there is going to be some discount rates. People are seeing discount rates on their Ameren gas portions of their bills because they enacted a low income discount rate on them. And in the fall, in October, starting October 1st, they're going to see it on the electric side.
Okay.
So power bills are actually going to be coming down. And so then the energy burden that will go towards the customer is going to be less.
Got it.
So those dollars will stretch a lot further than what they have in the past.
Okay. Well, Anita, wrap us up with, I've got about 30 seconds here. You're going to be at the Business Expo in a couple weeks.
Yes, I will be there. Me and Alicia will be there. So if you have any questions or, you know, need any information, feel free to stop by our booth. I'll be more than happy to talk to you.
All right. Anita Rusell and Alicia, what's Alicia's last name?
Mitchell
will be at the Chamber of Commerce Business Expo. Very good. Anita, good to see you as always. How do folks get a hold of you to learn about LIHEAP?
They can call our office at 217-732-2159, or they can email us. Email me at arussell@capsule.org.
Very good.
Come through the live chat at www.capsule.info.
And again, Anita Rusell, Community Action, my guest in studio. Network News on the way.
With SRN News, I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. The Commerce Department has revised downward the fourth quarter GDP to a sluggish 0.7%. That's half the growth of the initial estimate. The government also reported this morning that January's core inflation was 3.1%. 4 American service members are dead.